Okay, this is the Everglades painting from my National Parks workbook. This one's pretty fun to paint, mostly because it's just a little different from everything else. The trickiest part with this one is recognizing like what shapes are trees and what shapes are like behind. So if you're confused about it, there is a picture of the finished version of this, or you can skip to the end and look at it. It's a pretty simple painting to do. This first section, you're just kind of going through. This is water, but it's very like mossy water and has like a lot of stuff on top of the water. So basically, I just came in with this light green and fill in most of it. I leave in some gaps, some areas to show like variation. And then later on, I'll come back and add a little bit more detail, but not a ton. It kind of is what it is. I changed colors here a little bit just to add a little bit of depth. Okay, and now I'm going in and I'm mixing the color for the background. This is obviously like a swampy area, so I created a darker, I don't know, brownish black color. This is not a color that I have in your palette, so you'll kind of have to mix a little bit. I used the dark green and then some of the maroon and a tiny bit of blue. Really, when you mix most of the colors, they kind of end up in this like brownish color anyways, so it's not a hard color to get to. You just might need to practice for a second and test it out on a paper. And you'll see, like, as I'm going through, the color is kind of changing a little bit as I go because I'm grabbing more pigment, but it doesn't matter once it dries. Once it dries and you have everything in, like, it just kind of makes it a really cool look. In the water, when I was painting the water, you'll see that like I kept all of my lines like really horizontal. If you watch any of my other videos, like I tend to do that with water. In the trees, you'll see that everything is going to be very vertical and linear. So I'm keeping all my brush strokes I kind of follow like where you see my pen marks. Like if it's going vertical, like that's usually what you're going to follow. And then I come in first and I'm adding a wash of basically just one color. I, again, leave some white in there. But I'm going to come in, add one color, and then once that dries, I'm going to come in and add some variation. I feel like this is actually one of the easiest paintings in this book. It's really easy to get it to look great, so have fun with this one. Okay, on these ones I went just a little bit darker with my brown because they're farther behind. And you can do that after and just add more layers to it. I just did it as I went. Okay, so now I'm going through and just adding some darker colors to the trees behind. And then again, if you kind of follow like where my sketch lines are, that's going to be like the darker areas where you see more pen, like that's designed to be an area that you would normally like shade as darker. Okay, and then on the bird, I'm just coming through. I add a little bit of brown to his legs, and then, oh, I guess I do that later. Right now I'm coming in and adding the lighter green for the moss. So for this one, I actually added some of like the light pink because it has like a lot of white in it. You don't need a ton of it, but it's just going to kind of make it look, I don't even know the word. It's more opaque. It looks more like moss. I'm really good at this, aren't I? Okay, I add in the yellow. I struggle a few times. I kind of have to wipe it because I keep going out of the lines because it's a really small area. But you can just add some yellow or orange to the beak. And then with the bird, like less is more. Honestly, like if you're worried about it, you can even just leave. So I just mixed a little bit of like the brown just lightly and just added it just to the edges. You'll see I like blotted it out, like less is more with this.